Hiya guys, welcome to the Jockey build video. This one will help anybody, both veterans and new players. Two of the perks are good for helping anyone. The third perk I'll speak about towards the end of the video is more for newer players. If you're new to the game, you're getting used to skill checks. The first two are good for any survivors who want to basically just burn through generators and help their team by get as many gens done as fast as they can. If you know you're good at evading the killer, you're good at skill checks, and you can power through gens while others get chased by the killer, you can do a lot for your team, especially if they're either not good on generators, or if they're not being chased, spend a lot of time just doing nothing. So you can basically carry their weight by doing more gens faster. So this is a build for you that will help that. Check out the build. With a pig, I don't like that at all. Although it does make the generators inside the lobby quite doable, which is also part of the 3 closest triangle. So as you guys just saw in the clip there, that was me at the start of a match in RPD, so an indoor map. And obviously it shows you the perk in question, shows you the 3 closest generators. Which is good, because it's an anti-3 gen perk as well. So you've actually got from this perk 3 benefits, really big benefits. Is 1, showing you the closest 3 generators together. 2, it allows you to actually physically see where they are, because it's a finder perk, helps you find them. Which outdoor maps, it's not as useful sometimes, but indoor maps, or indoor generators, say generators inside a house on an outdoor map, but there's buildings in it with a generator inside, unless you go physically into the building to check it out, you won't know it's there. But if it's highlighted in red on Deja Vu, voila, you know there's a generator there. Saves you that time. And then it also lets you repair the generator 6% faster. So that's a good thing for getting the main objectives of the survivors done, which is completing your 5 generators and then getting the hell out of there before the killer kills you all. So we'll go on to the second part of Deja Vu that makes it insanely useful. Right, these are the last 3 gens. 2 upstairs, 1 downstairs. So he's going to have to go between floors as well, which is good for us. So as you just saw in the clip, Deja Vu again, this time a different indoor map. So again, really good for finding generators indoors, which is normally when survivors have got the hardest time trying to locate generators. So having a finder perk on like this, really helpful. Although it only shows you 3 gens to begin with, it just shows you the 3 closest ones. That was the end game there though. So that showed you the last 3 gens on the map, making the perk really useful. So you know where all the last 3 generators are. And obviously if the map like that one's got multiple levels, you can see the gens upstairs as well as downstairs. So if you've got, say, 1 gen one side of the map, 1 the other side of the map, and 1 somewhere in the middle, you know you can avoid the one in the middle. Because that's going to be the one the killer crosses across the most to check the 2 gens on the far side. If the killer's doing his job right and patrolling generators. So if you can split up your teammates left, because by that point in most games, you're going to have at least 1 person dead, maybe even 2. Or 1 that's alive but on death hook. So if they get caught again, they're dead. So if you've got 2 generators opposite side of the map, it makes the killer's job a lot harder. That particular map was the pig map, which is actually the smallest map in the game. But it's okay because of the 2 floors. And not all killers can traverse from upstairs to downstairs that quickly, or vice versa. Sometimes they can get a drop down, but the perk itself allows you to have a lot of information, as well as doing those gens quicker, which at that point in the game you really need to. So you can get them done, get an exit door, which bear in mind they take like 20 seconds to open, and then try and get out. So it's really, really useful, and gets more useful in my opinion as the game goes on. It's least useful at the start, but as there's less gens, you get more and more use from Deja Vu, in my opinion. Showing where they are situated, especially on indoor maps. It's really strong. With that part, we'll go on to the next perk in this build. If the killer's not on you, you can absolutely burn through gens on this one.
That's my second and only staying up, because I don't have the max level.
So as you just saw in that clip, what I was also using is a perk called Stakeout. It's from Detective Tap, and that came with the Pig DLC, so some of you might have missed that one, but it's really good if you want to do gens fast. So it synergizes with the first perk, Deja Vu, which is a general perk, anyone can get it. Basically, when you're inside the killer's terror range for 15 seconds, but not in a chase, it will give you 1 stack, up to a maximum of 4 when you have the perk maxed out. Each stack turns a normal skill check into a great skill check, and gives you an additional 1% if you are repairing a generator. So it even further aids you do generators that bit quicker, because not only do you get the great skill check, you get the 1% increase. And on small maps like the pig map, if a killer's got a big terror range, you can farm stacks so easily and so fast, and then you just burn through generators. You ain't got to aim for the great skill check, because every skill check that you hit is a great skill check, and it just spends a stack. But if you've got 4 stacks like I did by the end of that clip, that's 4 great skill checks, that's 4% more on a generator, on top of the 6% faster from Deja Vu. So they're starting to stack up really good on these gen perks. Obviously this is without a toolbox as well. You've got a toolbox in to further enhance it and make it even more powerful. The third perk I'm not actually doing a clip of because it doesn't really show it, because I don't really mess up skill check that often. This one's more for newer players. The first 2 can be used by anybody. But the third perk is Technician. Technician, if you would miss a skill check, it doesn't blow up and alert the killer, so it prevents the blow up, but it damages the generator, and then damages the generator by an additional 3%. So your generator takes more damage when you miss a skill check. But if you're new to the game and you're getting used to skill checks, Technician could be a good perk to take while you get used to the timings of regular skill checks. Or if you think you can be against a killer that might give you like a gen skill check build, where you get really hard skill checks. But normally I replace Technician for Cleanse Spirit for my personal build. But Stakeout and Deja Vu together are a really god tier like Gen Rush combo, or as I call it, the Gen Jockey. If the killer's not chasing you, you can really help your team by getting through gens really fast. And the quicker you get through the generators, the more of your team's going to be alive, which applies a lot more pressure to the killer. There's nothing worse than going into a game when a killer's got has had 3 hooks on your team and you've only done 1 generator. The killer's way ahead of you guys in terms of efficiency. So this is a build that if enough people have got it, or if you're just really good at generators and the killer's not chased you yet, you can absolutely save pretty much your entire team by just powering through the generators really quickly, especially while you're abusing the killer's terror range. There is a slight weakness where if the killer's got a small terror range, like if they're a stealth killer, but even then when they come out of their stealth mode to chase someone, you can feed off that increased terror range. The only exception to it is if you've got a permanent tier 1 Myers who has no terror range. Then you can't really do much against that. But that is the only exception. Other than that, you're pretty much golden against almost every killer in the game. And the bigger the terror range, the better for your stakeout stacks. The more you're able to feed off it. And right at the start of that clip as well, you can look at the stakeout perk and it will start moving the millisecond the killer enters into your terror range. So it kind of gives you a heads up as well, the killer is coming your direction if they have a terror range. So you can use that to move away from the generator and hide somewhere. And then when the killer's gone, jump back on the generator. But I hope you guys enjoyed the Gen Jockey build. If you did, if you tried it all, let me know in the comments. If you're new around here, please subscribe. and I'll catch you guys all in the next guide video. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.